Ever pondered how Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, might influence your morning routine in the modern world? Stoicism, a philosophy that has its roots in the heart of ancient Greece, revolves around the premise that the path to happiness is found in accepting the moment as it presents itself. It teaches us that we should not allow ourselves to be controlled by our desire for pleasure or our fear of pain, but rather understand that we have control over our minds and nothing else. Now, what if we could apply these principles to our morning routines? What if we could start our day with a Stoic mindset, focusing on what truly matters and letting go of the rest? In essence, the core principles of Stoicism are understanding what we can control and what we cannot, accepting the present moment, and striving for virtue. These principles can be a guiding light as we navigate our mornings, setting the tone for the rest of the day. Imagine waking up not in a rush or fretting over the day's tasks, but simply being present in the moment. You understand that you cannot control the events of the day, but you can control your reaction to them. This understanding can bring a sense of calm and clarity, allowing you to face the day with a balanced mind. In addition to this, Stoicism encourages us to strive for virtue, to be the best version of ourselves. This could mean starting your day with a positive affirmation or perhaps a moment of gratitude. It's about recognizing our potential for growth and committing ourselves to it each and every morning. And so we arrive at the concept of a Stoic morning routine. It's not about the exact activities you choose to include, but rather the mindset with which you approach them. It's about starting your day from a place of understanding, acceptance, and the pursuit of virtue. Now imagine starting your day from a place of serenity and wisdom. Let's delve into the Stoic morning routine. First light of day, the perfect time to remind ourselves of the Stoic philosophy. What we do upon awakening sets the tone for the rest of our day. In the stillness of the morning, we find the ideal setting to contemplate, to introspect, and to prepare our minds for the day's trials. This is the first step in the Stoic morning routine, a practice that dates back to the ancient Stoics of Greece and Rome, yet remains just as relevant today. The cornerstone of this routine is setting our intentions for the day. It's not about crafting a meticulous to-do list, but rather, it's about determining the kind of person we aspire to be throughout the day. A person of virtue, perhaps? A person of kindness? Or a person of resilience? We ground ourselves in the present moment and think about how we can best embody these qualities in the day ahead. Next, we remind ourselves of the Stoic Principles. The idea that our control lies only in our own actions and responses, not in the external world around us. The idea that happiness is found not in material possessions or status, but in virtue and moral character. The idea that every situation, no matter how challenging, is an opportunity to grow and to learn. We take a few moments to reflect on these principles, to let them sink into our consciousness, to let them guide our actions throughout the day. Finally, we prepare ourselves mentally for the challenges of the day. We acknowledge that there will be obstacles, that there will be setbacks, that there will be moments of discomfort. But we also remind ourselves that we have the strength and the resilience to face these challenges head-on. We remind ourselves that it is not the situation itself, but our reaction to it, that determines our peace of mind. With a clear mind and set intentions, we're ready to face the day. But first, we have a few more steps. With our intentions set, we move to a Stoic practice as old as the philosophy itself, morning meditations. Morning meditations, my friends, are not just about sitting quietly, but about seeking clarity and focus for the day ahead. They are an opportunity to reflect on our actions, both past and imminent, to evaluate them against the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Imagine it as a form of mental rehearsal. We envisage the challenges that the day may bring, the trials we might face, and the triumphs we hope to achieve. Not in a way that breeds anxiety or fear, but rather in a manner that prepares us, that arms us with resilience and fortitude. Consider it like this. A musician doesn't step onto the stage without rehearsing their performance. Similarly, a Stoic doesn't step into the day without rehearsing their responses to the world's unpredictability. This is the essence of morning meditations. In this practice, we do not dwell on the past, nor do we fret about the future. Instead, we focus on the present moment, the here and now. For it is in the present that we have the power to shape our actions, to cultivate our virtues, and to influence our experiences. Remember, the Stoic philosophy is not about eliminating emotions, but about not being ruled by them. It's about understanding that we can't control external events, but we can control our reactions to them. This is the wisdom we seek in our morning meditations. And yet it's not always about preparation, but also about reflection. We contemplate on our actions from the previous day, not to indulge in regret, but to learn, to grow, and to improve. So let us begin each day with a moment of silence, a moment of contemplation. Let us prepare ourselves for the trials ahead and reflect on our past actions. This is the Stoic way, the way of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Having meditated and prepared ourselves mentally, it's time to face the world, but not without one final step. Breakfast, the most important meal of the day. But for a Stoic, it's more than just food. What does a Stoic breakfast look like? Well, it's not about lavish spreads of croissants and eggs Benedict, or sipping on exotic blends of coffee from distant lands. No, it's about simplicity, mindfulness, and gratitude. A Stoic breakfast is a simple affair, often made up of whatever is readily available, be it a piece of fruit, a slice of bread, or a bowl of porridge. The Stoic doesn't see breakfast as a feast for the senses, but rather as a source of sustenance and health. The focus is not on indulgence, but on nourishment. The Stoic doesn't eat for pleasure, but to fuel the body, to give it the energy it needs to face the day and to perform its duties. Eating, for the Stoic, is a mindful act. It's about being present in the moment, fully aware of the act of eating, of the taste and texture of the food. It's about noticing the sweetness of the apple, the crunchiness of the bread, the creaminess of the porridge. And it's about gratitude. The Stoic takes a moment to appreciate the food, to acknowledge the effort and resources that went into producing it. Gratitude in Stoicism is a way to cultivate contentment, to find joy in the simple things. It's a way to remind ourselves that we have everything we need, that we are enough. But there's more to a Stoic breakfast than just the food. It's also about the mindset. The Stoic sees breakfast as a time to prepare for the day, to mentally gear up for whatever challenges lie ahead. It's a time to reflect, to set intentions, to remind oneself of the Stoic principles. And so, the Stoic steps away from the breakfast table, not just fed, but also mentally prepared, grounded in the present moment and filled with gratitude. Fed and ready, we step into the world with a Stoic mindset. But how do we summarize these steps? So we've walked through a morning in the life of a Stoic. But what are the key takeaways? Well, the Stoic morning routine is an intentional set of practices that shape our mindset for the day ahead. It operates on the principle of cultivating a sense of calm, resilience, and focus, qualities that are essential for navigating life's challenges with grace and equanimity. Our journey begins the moment we awaken. The Stoic doesn't just rise, they rise with purpose. Setting intentions upon awakening is not just about planning the day's tasks. It's about aligning our actions with our values, about deciding in advance how we will respond to the world around us. It's a gentle reminder that we are in control of our thoughts, our attitudes, and ultimately our day. Then comes the morning meditation, the quiet moments of reflection that allow us to center ourselves. The Stoic uses this time to gain perspective, to remind themselves of life's impermanence and their place in the grand scheme of things. It's less about achieving a state of blissful tranquility and more about embracing the reality of our existence, with all its ups and downs. It's a practice of acceptance, of understanding, and of growth. And finally, the mindful breakfast. A Stoic doesn't just eat, they savor each bite, each moment. This isn't about indulgence, but about appreciation. It's a chance to connect with the present moment, to find joy in the simple act of nourishment. It's about understanding that even the most mundane tasks can be a source of fulfillment if approached with mindfulness. In essence, The Stoic morning routine is about starting each day with clarity, purpose, and resilience. It's about nurturing a mindset that allows us to handle whatever the day throws at us with grace and equanimity. It's not just a routine, it's a way of life. As we go about our day, we carry with us the wisdom of the Stoics, ready to face whatever life throws our way. Embrace Stoicism, and you will discover a path to true success that has stood the test of time.